Well, here we are. Another day, another video. Quite frankly, I don't want to make this one because I might get a lot of criticism for saying some stuff I shouldn't be saying. But to hell with that, I'ma do it anyway. So today I'll be teaching you how to drift. And I'm not only talking about drifting in games, no, we'll be talking about techniques that you can also implement in real life and get satisfying results. Obviously, we ain't gonna do it with a joystick or keyboard, so you're gonna need a steering wheel, and it doesn't matter if it's a Fanatic, Moza, Logitech or whatever. Before you can run, you gotta walk. So what is drifting? Drifting is a high-skill technique where the driver intentionally oversteers, causing the rear wheels to lose traction while maintaining control throughout the corner. But what should we do in order to get the oversteer we're looking for? Well, the answer to that depends on several factors, like if it's a manual or automatic, do we have a handbrake or not, is it a rear-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive? Drifting in different drivetrains requires different techniques. If you're unfamiliar with the drivetrains, check out the video in the top right corner. To initiate a drift, you should oversteer into a turn using techniques like clutch kick or power over to lose traction on the rear wheels. Once the car starts sliding, you maintain the drift by balancing throttle and steering inputs to keep the car in the state of oversteer. This brings us to the first question. What is a clutch kick? A clutch kick involves a quick, deliberate stab at the clutch pedal. This action momentarily disengages the car's engines from the transmission, causing a brief surge in the engine RPM. When the clutch is released, this surge sends a sudden burst of power to the wheels. As you approach a corner, turn the steering wheel towards the corner and perform a clutch kick. This breaks the rear wheel traction, causing the car to slide. After the car slides, you need to turn the steering wheel in the opposite direction. Then, depending on how tight the corner is, push the gas pedal all the way down and release it. Then, push it down again, but this time, not all the way down. Let the car talk to you. Adjust the pressure according to the corner and how much traction you've lost back there and how much power the car can deliver. It requires a lot of practice so you can pull off a clean drift and maintain it. You also need to know your car better, which brings us to one important factor. Are you drifting a low or a high horsepower car? The differences here are significant and each requires its unique style of driving. When we say low horsepower, we mean less than 300 horsepower. In low horsepower drifting, it's difficult to initiate a drift, but easy to maintain it, which means we can have longer drifts. For beginners, it's much more easier to learn the fundamentals of drifting with low horsepower cars. But when it comes to high horsepower drifting, it's easier to initiate since the car can lose traction so easily, but in order to maintain it, throttle control is key. If you have an handbrake, things are gonna get even better for you, since you can use it to initiate, maintain, and control or even exit the drift. It's only a matter of practicing, but think of it as something you can refer to when things are not going as planned. But be aware of one thing. Too much use of handbrake ruins your momentum and the required acceleration and speed to maintain the drift, so you're gonna have to do more clutch kicks in order to make it up. But in some cases, you might be driving a car that has no clutch, cars with automatic gearbox. In this case, easy peasy, you only need to handle the throttle. You can initiate the drift by power over technique, which is accelerating hard in a turn to break traction, and the rest is the same as before. If you can't do it, don't worry. Keep practicing until you get the hang of it. Don't compare yourself to those who are posting epic drifting videos. Some of them are professional drivers and some are using tricks that allows them to drift with ease. I'm not trying to question anyone's skills right here. I'm just saying, next time you see someone drifts, pay attention to how much his steering wheel turns. Yes, it's a hack that some are using that helps making drifting so easy with a steering wheel. You don't need a special wheel or an app or a tool to do it. In Forza Horizon 5 game, just simply go to settings and scroll to controller settings. Now you should see two sliders, one for steering inside dead zone and one for outside dead zone. Just reduce the outside dead zone to, let's say, 65 for example, and watch the magic happens. What it does is that it makes your wheel reach its maximum angle faster than normal, which results in more control on oversteering. Let's say you have a 900-degree wheel. It takes a turn and a half to reach the maximum turning angle. And when I drift, after I oversteer the car, I must turn the steering wheel in the opposite direction to maintain the drifting angle, right? In this case, I have to do a turn and a half, let's say 450 degrees. But if I reduce the outside dead zone, as you can see, it significantly drops the angle of the wheel. So now I can go left, I can go right, and I can do all I want, even if I lack the necessary skills to do that. Even in Assetto Corsa, go to the content manager settings and tweak the wheel settings and drift like you've been drifting since the first day you were born, even if you never drifted in your life. I'ma say it again, I'm not questioning anyone's skills here, I'm just saying don't believe everything you see on the internet. Keep using this trick and bless me with your own epic drifting videos. And that's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below with your drifting experiences or any burning questions you have. Until next time, keep your wheels spinning and your engines grinning. Mason out.